All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. We are here in Warframe, and we are here to play the Destiny Tribute, Gift from the Lotus. We're going to play on Telesto to get the title Make Your Own Fate, which is in honor of Guardians Make Their Own Fate for Destiny. So let's go in. We're for Warframe, here we go. We're gonna do this. The time is now. All right, so we're in Warframe. I don't know if there was like any Destiny like Warframe like.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
I need to catch up with the group. Apparently I joined mid-mission. But we're on Telesto, which is not anything comparative to Telesto. Honestly, it would have been funnier if Telesto was Corpus, because
the enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
and there we go. That was it. That was great. I should have done this solo, but that's all it was, is going in, killing everything. But hey, if there's one thing that Destiny players do well, it's cheese. You know, you try to cheese and do things as fast as possible. And here we are. We're joining a mission. It was pretty much done for us. Uh-oh. See if I can get there before everyone leaves me. Boom, there it is.
Mission complete.
Easiest.
Excellent work, Tenno.
Yep, make your own fate. It's great. I want to just say that it's really cool that they did this, by the way. I'm trying to remember. Does anyone remember in chat how to change your title? How do you change? Oh, there, change honora. Here we go. And just like that, we are now Make Your Own Fate. It did keep it, right? Yes. So I do appreciate that Digital Extremes took the time, and Digital Extremes themselves has been very vocal in you know, supporting the Destiny community, especially since they've talked about it. In fact, I wish I had the podcast where Reb 4 talked about their experience with Sony and Sony wanting to buy out Digital Extremes and what the future of that would have been like, right? What it would have turned out to be if Sony had bought them.
I've been thinking, Operator.
I've been thinking too.
I thought you'd want to know.
Yeah, so, well, we've all been thinking. Thank you, Ortis. And Reb Ford had mentioned and talked about how, you know, the business side of things gets in the way of what, you know, what developers can do, and also essentially what the fans want. And she talked about, like, there was a question asked her, would Digital Extremes, you know, buy Bungie or Destiny or take over? And they're like, she's like, nope, I'm good. That she very adamantly like, you know, she didn't, I don't know if she directly said it, but she's like, that's too much work. That's too much effort. That is no. You know, they've already got their own game they're cooking in the background, which you could say that them working on their secondary game has, you know, Soulframe has been pulling resources. But as we've just got done doing a new update, it was good. It was pocket size. Yes, I do think that they have slowed down on production on these big updates. But at the same time, I feel like the quality of the game, they're still doing quality of life changes to Warframe to improve it. They're also taking, you know, they're taking things they learned from Soulframe, new tech, and adding it to Warframe itself, like lighting and stuff like that, which is sweet. which is something that, you know, unfortunately Bungie never did with Destiny from Marathon. But, you know, Reb Ford has been very, you know, supportive of Destiny in regards to the situation that's been going on, trying to rally behind. She's even doing raids with people, like she did the Last Wish raid legit, and was proud of that. And shout out to you, Reb Ford, for doing legit Riven, especially since most people don't even know how to do that. But it's very sad to see that we have all the support for Destiny and the hope for Destiny 3, and that Sony themselves will probably never listen or care about what anyone says because they're greedy, and they care more about the corporate side than actually caring about their fans. And unfortunately, that is the outcome that we're seeing in the gaming industry. And it's always nice to see companies like Digital Extremes, you know, going strong, being loyal to their fans, but also willing to reach out and support other communities, especially communities like Destiny that have been around just, you know, shy of a year of Warframe itself. Warframe came out before Destiny ever did, but they've been kind of going side to side. And so it's nice to see the support and the fact that we have Digital Extremes, a studio that to show and represent itself in the gaming industry, that yes, you can make money, yes, you can have the business side of things, but yes, you can have a great community, you can have a loving community, you can have a community that you care for, that you nerd out with, that you have a great time with, that you show respect to, and they respect you, and that they respect others, and that they're welcoming. Like Warframe being, you know, reaching out saying, hey, I know your game's finished, come over to Warframe. And a lot of people were upset and feeling like they were trying to poach people, but it's just how the Warframe community is they're very welcoming, willing to help people, you know, transition into the game, and willing to reach out. And Reb is leading that by, you know, with the whole activity we just did with the title Make Your Own Fate, giving that nod to Destiny. It just showcases the community cares for others than just its own community. And we don't see that a lot in the gaming industry. We don't see that a lot. We don't see that a lot. And so I'm really glad that Digital Extremes is kind of like that lead in the gaming industry to showcase this is what people generally want in the gaming community. That yes, there's, you know, you could point out and see some bad actors and some toxicity. Every game has some toxicity. Every game has some bad actors in this community. But overall, the community is positive, respectful, kind, and is willing to, you know, always introduce new players to it. And the developers also love their community, and that really is what supports this game, especially when we're talking about live service games and Destiny having to come in, because, you know, not that Destiny never had the support. People have supported Destiny for quite some time. It's just that, you know, things happen, man, and industry is getting harsher and harsher. We're seeing layoffs across the board, and live service games just not as profitable as they used to be. But Digital Extremes showing you that yes, you can still be profitable, yes, you can still be true to yourselves. And I just hope that Digital Extremes isn't on the opposite side. They've been a class act supporting Destiny and the Destiny community, and being there, giving some support to Bungie, and not financially, but verbally and sentiment wise. So I'm hoping that they never have to be on the other end of that, which one of the Warframe developers came out and said, hey, I hope that if our game, we ever got to that situation, that people would support us as well. Like, you do what you want other people to do to you. And so that's kind of what that developer was saying from Digital Extremes, which I'm hoping that wasn't like, a red flag or anything. Business is business. But I hope that doesn't happen for Digital Extremes. But yep, I mean, it's just, well, I just wanted to do a short video kind of doing the little activity and showing off and talking about it. But I hope Digital Extremes continues to do and be as they are and have success. And it's a shame that Destiny kind of is where it's at now. So we'll see you next time. Don't forget the game out, and peace.